Around 3 years ago, while still living with my parents near Chesterfield, I awoke one night to see what looked like a black figure that stood next to my bed. I could see a black outline of an average-sized figure, but I could also very clearly see a face. It appeared to be a man, and he had a rather sinister look on his face. He was just staring at me. I jumped out of my bed, but as soon as I did so, the figure was gone. I just passed it off as I was just seeing things. About a year later, still in the same room, I again woke up to see a hooded shadow figure at the end of my bed. I began to panic as it seemed as if I could not physically move at all, like I was glued to the bed. I attempted to call out to my parents, but I couldn't even speak. I also felt like I was being suffocated. I could not breathe. It was an absolute horrible feeling, and I had no idea what to do. The shadowy figure began to slowly come closer to my face until he was right in front of me. I was so cold and paralyzed in fear. I decided to just close my eyes and try hard to move again. I prayed in my head that it would be gone by the time I opened my eyes. Thankfully it was, but I had no idea of what to think of what had just happened. I now currently live in Sheffield with my friends, and I've had no paranormal experiences here until today. Around 7 a.m. this morning, I was in bed. I was awake, but just laying there with my eyes closed, when I suddenly heard a rustling sound at the bottom of my bed, as if someone was scratching their nails on my bed sheets. I opened my eyes and once again saw a figure at the bottom of the bed. I didn't believe it. This time, I could clearly make out that he was wearing some kind of robe, like what a monk would wear. The material of it looked tattered and old. The paralysis kicked in straight away, as did my inability to talk. I felt icy and cold all over. As I tried very hard to move my arm, the figure moved to the side of the bed, leaned over, and actually pinned down the arm I was trying to move. I closed my eyes again and concentrated, and after about a minute of still being unable to move, I managed to speak and say to the figure, "You don't have power over me. Get away from me." After another minute or so, I could move again, and the figure was gone. I thankfully haven't had any experiences so far where the figure has tried to speak to me, and hopefully I won't. I honestly don't know what I would do if I heard it speak.